ExKirby.
Hello Internet, it is me, your ExKirby, and today I present to you a deck tech for Scraptank Control. This is obviously a deck I made because I'm the only one stupid enough to make Scraptank Control, but it's a fun deck, although I think it's more Manacle Control than Scraptank Control at heart, really. You have two main win cons. You have, well, the idea of the game is that you just fill your board full of shit that your opponents want to attack you through, remove any shit that they can attack you with anyway with a big removal suite, and then you either establish. Well, you have two win cons you can establish, as far as I'm aware, in this deck. First one, and the most obvious one, is Black Eye Manacles and Light the Fuse. Two or three Black Eye Manacles will just take your opponent down over a series of turns. Light the Fuse can speed up the clock. I will say at this point, I would run two Light the Fuse. I don't have the stones to make a second Light the Fuse currently. This deck has been de-premiumed. That's why it looks so neat. Shiny Scraptanks, man, they're expensive. But yeah, so that's the idea. You play your Manacles, you play your Light the Fuse, because Light the Fuse is actually surprisingly decent if you don't mind going late. Like, it's 1 mana, deal 5 to your opponent at some point in the future, maybe deal 10, who knows. Also draw another card, so Black Eye Manacles gets another stack of damage for it. It's a nice little card. Alternate win con is Statuary Maiden, shores up the board really well. People don't attack into a Statuary Maiden for obvious reasons. You get a fuck ton of manacles, and then you just give them all to a Char-Char and just overwhelm their face. You can also just give them all to other units as well, but Char-Char is the dream, because overwhelm is kind of a good keyword, especially with Deadly, so you just push all that damage to face. Obviously you have Scraptank as well. Scraptank just gets big. I like Scraptank. He's fun. Whispers of the Void as well. He's super good at just destroying up the board. You don't really care for the Tormentor itself, like as the body. Having it would be fun, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth it currently because you just get Big Braid out. Basically, he's an 8/8, but is super reliant on that flying overwhelm charge. Beyond that, he's just a slightly undercosted body, I'd say. He costs the same as bloody Scourge of Frostholm. He is like the same stat line as Scourge of Frostholm with a different effect. Although he's much better in the Void, and if you get silenced, you kind of lose that greatness that it is fill your board full of 1/1s that your opponent doesn't want to have to fight. You also run a good removal suite, Falsificate for Light for Death Strike, so you have plenty of shit to take out your opponent with. Run 4/6 for Quarries as well, and Torrent Spiders. People my size wasn't too happy with the Torrent Spiders in the deck. It can just be 1 spider for 3, which doesn't seem that great, but if you draw it later on when you got a couple of cards in your grave, it can become 2 spiders or 3 spiders, which is, pretty decent. And if you get Whispers of the Void down, you kind of get a billion of them, so Torrent of Spiders becomes massive. I did have at one point in testing a 13 spider Torrent of Spiders. Can't summon 13 spiders, but it was nice to have anyway. In terms of sideboard options for this deck, I packed in a couple of Furnace Mages, in case I need to remove relics, so that you board those in against Armory, I guess. Although you do pretty well against Armory just because you have a bunch of fairly well-statted units, and of course Whisper of the Void kind of shuts out Armory super hard, and also Black Iron Manacles shuts down their weapons. It's kind of neat. You don't deal with Icaria particularly well, surprisingly. I guess, you need 2 Death Strikes exactly to deal with Icaria. I have lost to Icaria a couple times. The card itself, not the Icaria hit. You could also sideboard in, what's the 5-mana Resurrection card? Grasping at Shadows, to bring back your Tormentor as well. I wouldn't recommend Dark Return in this deck because obviously you're running a fairly light power curve compared to some other control decks, I feel. And yeah, you have a billion 4-drops, but you also have your curve stops at 8 is what I'm trying. 6 is what I'm trying to get at here. You don't want to have to pay 10 to play a Tormentor. The thought I had on late Sunday as well is you could put Vara in this deck, probably, if you wanted a really high-end finisher. Because Vara with Whispers is kind of the greatest combo in the world, where you can go every turn, okay, I'm bringing back a unit. So you bring back your Scraptank or your Statuary Maiden. I wouldn't recommend bringing back the Tormentor, because obviously the combo is with Vara and the Tormentor. I mean, you could do it if you wanted to push lethal that turn, but I've had some bad history with trying to push lethal. We did not talk about that on this video. We did not talk about my significant failures or my great career in the NFL. But yeah, I think that's all I need to talk about Scraptank Control. Fun deck. I recommend you give it a try if you have 4 Scraptank for like, it's a pretty expensive deck. Because, like, it runs like a lot of legendaries, actually. I need to look at the exact shift and cost, but I think it is pushing Big Brain in terms of expensiveness. Charge Chain Flail, that's another card you could put in if you wanted another kill spell, really. And that does go through Aegis as well. So yeah, I mean, you do have a few options, especially in Stone Scar, where your card quality is quite nice. But yeah, that's Big Combre. I've been ExKirby. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and follow RNG Eternal, because I'm a piece of shit. Something. I made Big Scraptank Control. Of course I'm a piece of shit. Thanks for watching all the same, and I'll see you all next time.